Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. I have arrived here in Floodwind, and I've been asked to speak with Goldlock here. Let's see what he has to say.
Easterlings have been testing the Great River, seeking places to ford.
You've come here to Harwick? The Thane was hoping for more men, but I suppose you will have to do. The Easterlings have been testing the great river, trying to find safe places at which to ford in between the two Undeeps. They have a large camp to the northeast, but our people have kept an eye on them, and they seek another way to strike at us. Perhaps they thought just below the rapids would be safe, or perhaps they fear their commanders more than the rushing waters. A great many perished trying to cross just below the Sarngiber. Not all, however. Not all by half. Many of the Easterlings survived the crossing and have been marshaling their forces for an attack on Floodwind. Many of their belongings are scattered and damaged by the waters, but still they seek to recover enough to arm themselves to attack the city. We need you to strike them along the bank of the Anduin, just to the east, below the cliffs. You should also steal from them whatever belongings survived the crossing, so I need to defeat 5 Easterlings and collect salvage belongings. Which means that if I hadn't killed all those things earlier, I could have just killed 5 Easterlings and taken care of at least 5/6 of that quest, and only have to worry about one more. But killing only 5 Easterlings is probably not going to be easy anyway. You're probably going to be killing a couple more on top of that. And now, oh yes, to this fun little place. Make sure that warband isn't traveling around here or anything like that. And then dash across to where the Easterlings are, which is going to be down a bit of a cliff. So the question is, how would I like to get down this time? There are easy ways down and there are fast ways down, as you could see. It's always tough to find the best way down. Now, I have my milestone at Floodwind, so getting back up is going to be the easy bit. It's getting down in the first place that's always tough. And I want to do this. I probably have a little hurt ankle or something like that, but I just want to make sure it's not a free port back to the stone circle. There you go. 30 seconds. Well, not too bad. And I could just draw them here and not having to worry about trying to run to them. See, because all the falling injuries does is, yeah, speed to 60%, unable to evade. Oh, well, there is this thing about not being able to evade parry or block. Fortunately, I'm not a guard or a burglar, so I could survive a couple of hits without having reaction. I mean, yes, a guard can also survive a couple of hits, but a guard also has those reaction skills. And wardens don't have any reaction skills. Though they are avoidance tanks, so they don't exactly like getting hit. Right? Who likes being hit? I don't think anyone does. I think that actually takes care of 4 of them, but I need to also gather these belongings here. Now, since the last episode, I did finish up all the side quests that are here in the Wold. I think I managed to pick them all up and finish them. So I will be able to follow the epic storyline in order to get me out into the out into, yes, the Norcross. That's it, the Norcross, which is the next area. And I'll be a little bit less behind than I was before because I really think that I should be finishing things up about the mid-month in each case. And yeah, this is the last episode of March that we have right here. And I started doing Rohan in mid-February. Admittedly, I didn't get to the Wold until March because I had to do all that stuff for the East Wall, which isn't one of the four writings that you've got to do in order to finish up Rohan. Just a little side thing. There you go. And I think I've got everything, so I can go and head back to Floodwind. Ah, Coralden has arrived. Where's Horn and Nona? Well, I guess I'll find them eventually. Hi there.
While you were gone, a raiding party of orcs passed near to Floodwind.
Yes, between your skill in combat and the harsh waters of the great river, perhaps the Easterlings will decide attacking Floodwind is too much trouble. What times we live in! Even if that were so, we would still have to worry about attacks of raiding orcs. Will Floodwind ever see peace again? Probably not in the next few months. While you were gone, a raiding party of orcs passed near to Floodwind. Wold and his men rode out to fight them and had success. All of the orcs were defeated. The orcs must have recently fought with some elves, for one of Altwall's men claimed quite a trophy from the body of one of the orcs, a bow of quality elf make, with the finest detailing. He has been showing off since they returned. His name is Elfsiege, and he's likely to challenge your elf to an archery contest before too long. Ha! Poor foolish fellow. Yes. Elfsiege. Interesting thing in there. But I said before, maybe several months, but now I think of it, it's less than a month before the ring is destroyed. And I know in the game there's still all little battles and stuff like that going on, but probably the worst of all the fighting and all that stuff for many of the nations is probably going to die down after the destruction of the ring. There's the aftermath we got to worry about. That's what adventures like I am all about, right? Right. What do you say, Corridon?
That is almost certainly the bow I left to Fiendloth.
Oh, the orc that claimed it carried the bow into the Wold, and now this man Elfsia has taken it. Well, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Well, let's see what we have here. We have meh, 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 meh. Well, it's a slight improvement or not. Well, I'll just take a look at it later.
This will not take long.
Let us have some words with this man Elsia. He is sure to return my bow when he understands the situation. Well, that probably depends on the circumstances, right? Let's go and speak with Elsia. It appears that Swift Corridon beat me here, and Horn and Nona is also here with us. Well, hello there. What do you say about this bow?
I am not unreasonable. What if I gave your friend a chance to win it back?
Oh, this doesn't sound good. I am sorry that your friend lost his bow, but it seems to me that anything taken from an orc belongs to the one strong enough to take it. If your friend wanted it back, why did he not reclaim it from the orcs when he had the opportunity? But I'm not unreasonable. What if I gave your friend the opportunity to win it back in a contest of some sort? Altwald has given me a message to deliver to Elthangels in the Norcrofts. How about this? A test of your my mounted skill? Yes, whichever of us first reaches Elthangels gets to keep the bow. If I arrive there first, your friend gives up all claim to it. Does he agree to this proposal? If he does, let us speak with my commander, Altwold, outside of Floodwind. He will start the race. Now, a little race. First off, he knows the road. Second of all, he probably has a very swift stallion or something like that. I've got, okay, it's a war steed, but it's a war pony. Not quite as strong, not quite as long as stride length. Now, his mount will be carrying a heavier load, though. But he does know the roads. He knows where to go. That's a little tricky there. Obviously, I need to study a map before I do this, so I know where to go for this. Because if I don't, I'm going to get lost, and he'll be there 3 hours before I do, and all that. What do you say, Corridon?
If these are the laws of men, I am grateful to be one of the Galadrim.
I am going to assume then that you don't like this. Like this? This is a ridiculous requirement. Why should I have to engage in a competition to determine my right to possess property that is rightfully mine? But I'm not worried, Pineleaf. We will best this arrogant sapling that thinks it is a weathered oak, and my favorite bow will be once again mine. Let us speak to this Altwold outside of Floodwind. The sooner this unnecessary race is begun, the sooner we will win it. You've got a lot of confidence in me. That's all I gotta say. A great deal of confidence. I finished reading through the maps and I think I know the way, which means that I'll just get lost all the quicker, right?
If you go back on your word, you will have me to deal with.
Oh, wonderful. Apparently, he doesn't trust me. Well, I'm not surprised. Times have been tough in the world of late, with orcs and easterlings and worse prowling about the borders. When my men are not fighting for their lives, they're engaging in fruitless wagers. I can't stop them. As long as they and you abide by the agreed upon terms, I have no complaint. But I do not want any bloodshed. If you go back on your word, you'll have me to deal with. Oh, wonderful. I better mount up so that I can be ready as soon as...
It will not take Elsiga long to reach Elthengels.
You had better ride with great haste if you are to get there first and win your wager. Ride southwest to reach Elthengels. Yes, so time before us. I need to reach the entrance of Elthengels before... Let's see, it does. Okay, and it gives me 3 minutes to do this. Whee! And I notice it does not give you a quest direction marker on there. That's always a bit problematic. And this is the bit that gets tough, that you're wondering, oh, am I going the right way or not? And it doesn't help that the main map doesn't show this. And this road here, so you say, okay, which way do you go? I think this is the right way. I've done this quest enough times that I'm hoping I'm going the right way. Okay, I think up here? Well, at least, oh, I made it into the Norcrops. That's not promising, is it? Actually, don't do that! I think I found the Thangles. Hey, maybe I shouldn't have gone off track there. Well, the good news is I arrived before he'll see it. The bad news is I arrived here after his horse. Wait! No one told me I could come here after. Okay, so is it whose mount arrives first or who arrives first?
Did something happen to Elsiga?
Well, no, I have not seen Elsia, but his horse arrived shortly before you did, and before him. Something must have happened to him. You have to retrace your steps and look for him. He must be somewhere between Athengels and Floodwind. Well, yeah, I guess so. Look among the trees to the south of the road between here and Floodwind. You could have passed him without even seeing him. Yeah, he became dismounted. Oh, tag? Okay, fine. Pass message along. Now I continue along. That way I at least win the wager. Unless the message was on the horse, in which case. Let's see what happens. Let's find out where he went. Well, down this way, down that way. Yoo-hoo! I'll see ya. Where are you? Or I guess it's a L. Yeah, Elsia. Yeah. Well. And let's see. Oh, let's see. Is there something down there? Well, there's an orc down there. Actually, there are two orcs down there. Now, what would be really funny is if one of the possibilities they could have is that one of the orcs is holding the bow and that the bow drops when you kill them. So I suppose they wanted to leave things open just in case there were no orcs here because somebody killed them before you did. But he is holding the bow, it looks like.
Thank you for coming back to find me.
I was trying to take a shortcut to Athengels when Hrom Hanu was surprised by a patrol of orcs. He reared and I fell. Did he make it to Athengels? I can. I can probably walk now. I could not put weight on it, but now is feeling much better. I will meet you ahead in Athengels and we can discuss the wager. I will be there soon. Thank you for coming back to find me. All right, there you go. Actually, see, Elf. Yeah, I think it'll be Elf thing. It's very tough because it's got by the vowels. It looks like it'll be Elfthenials, but I don't know. I just can't pronounce it that way. I, I don't think so. Let's just head back. And I have arrived in Elthangles, regardless of how you pronounce it.
I have already given your elf his bow,
Well,
and I have renounced all claim to it.
well, I suppose that settles that little matter. I am sorry if I came across a bit of a fool, Pineleaf. I did not think you would be much of a writer, but not only are you a skilled writer, but you're a good person as well. I thank you for coming to find me. I have already given your elf his bow, and I've renounced all claim to it I may have had to it. It is done. It is done.
Now that I am here, I need to accomplish my duty.
Yes, I was given a message to deliver to Thane Mildreth of Athangles, asking for her to send some of her warriors to Floodwind to help defend against the increased number of Easterlings crossing the river. Her husband was slain by orcs some time ago, and her son died under unpleasant circumstances more recently. I do not think she will respond favorably to this message, but still I must deliver it. Thank you again, friend. Now, we're of course going to find out that she's got enough troubles with her own to go around sparing soldiers, but I think that ends all our questing in the Wold. And it's time for us to start in the Norcross, which is what we're going to do when we return for the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.